Hello world, Liu here, and today let's discuss 9 pip commands that make our lives easier. So if you're not familiar with pip, we use pip to install and manage useful external libraries in Python. So let's get started. So first up on the list, we have pip install something. So let's say I want to install an external library which is called NumPy, which allows us to do numeric stuff in Python. So we simply do this, pip3 install, and next we type in the name of the thing we want to install. So I'm going to type in NumPy, and afterwards we hit enter and NumPy will install. And here we have it, NumPy has been installed. So one thing to note is that you can also pip install multiple things at one go. So let's say we want to install pandas, which allows us to do some data processing stuff, and we also want to install Colorama, which allows us to print stuff in color. So to do that, we pip install, we type the names pandas space and Colorama. So here we are going to install pandas first and then Colorama. So after I hit enter, this will happen. And here we have it, both pandas and Colorama has been installed. So here, do note that I'm using pip3 rather than pip because I'm using a MacBook. However, if you are using a Windows machine, you will probably use pip instead of pip3. So secondly, we have pip install -- upgrade something. So we essentially use this command to upgrade our dependencies. So let's say we installed NumPy, let's say 5 months ago, and let's say recently they updated NumPy. And if we want to upgrade NumPy, here's how we can do it. So pip install -- upgrade NumPy. So when we hit enter, pip will install the latest version of NumPy for us. So let's enter. And here we have it. So because my NumPy is already the most updated version, nothing will happen. But if my NumPy is an older version, pip will install the newest version of NumPy for me. Thirdly, we have pip install -r requirements.text. So this is useful if you are working with someone else's Python project and they have a requirements.text. So I'm just going to create one for fun. So let's say we have a bunch of stuff inside our requirements.text. Usually in Python projects, there'll be multiple external libraries that is listed inside requirements.text, and all of these libraries are usually needed for the project to run properly. So here, let's say our requirements.text contains 3 things, and we want to install everything inside requirements.text. So we can simply do this. So pip3 install -r. So -r means read here, and after that we have requirements.text, and we hit enter. So once we hit enter, pip will install everything inside requirements.text. And here we have it. So one thing to note is that this is not limited to the name requirements.text. So here, let's say I want to rename it requirements2.text. So if I run my command, I simply need to update the name, and this will still work normally. And for our fourth command on this list, we have python -m pip install stuff. So in the case of Mac, it's going to be python3 -m pip install something. So sometimes when I run pip or pip3, I get an error stating that pip as a command is not found. So this usually happens if there's some sort of path issue with my pip and pip is not able to be found by our computer. So an alternative is that we can simply use Python to call pip directly. So here I'm using Python3 because I'm on a Mac, so if you're on a Windows, you should just use Python. And -m means module. So I'm calling the pip module from within Python3. And afterwards, I can treat this as my normal pip. So let's say I can just install NumPy, Colorama, or whatever I want to do. And for our fifth command, we have pip show something. So this is essentially a quick way for us to inspect stuff that we have already installed. So let's say we want to check our NumPy's version. So we simply need to do this, pip show NumPy. And after I hit enter, this will appear. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, but at the very top, we should see the version. So here we have version 1.26.2. And below we have all the copyright and documentation and other stuff. So let's try this for pandas. Pip show pandas. So let's go to the top once again. And here we can see that our pandas is at version 2.1.3. So essentially, we can use the pip show command to quickly inspect our installed modules. And next on the list, our 6th command is pip uninstall stuff. So like the command suggests, we are simply uninstalling something that we have already installed in the past. So let's say pip uninstall Colorama. So after I hit enter, Colorama will be uninstalled. So here I need to type in a Y to proceed. And now Colorama has been successfully uninstalled. And for our 7th command, we have pip list. So pip list is essentially used to list out everything that we have installed in pip so far. So after I hit enter, I'm going to get this. So here we have a bunch of stuff, but also notice that we have stuff like matplotlib, numpy, pandas, and notice that Colorama is gone because we uninstalled it just now. So you might see a whole bunch of other stuff here like contour, py, cycler, or whatever. But these are all other dependencies that numpy, pandas, and matplotlib are dependent on. And next, the 8th command on our list is pip list -o. So this essentially shows all outdated modules that we have installed in pip. So pip list -o. And here it tells me that my pip package itself is not the most updated, which makes sense because everything else is installed today. So with the command pip list -o, you can use it to quickly check for which of your dependencies are not the most updated. And next, for the last command on this list, we have pip freeze right arrow requirements.text. So let's first talk about pip freeze. So if we use pip freeze, we will simply get a snapshot of every single module that we have already installed using pip, along with their versions. So this stuff here usually goes into requirements.text for other people to install in order for them to run our project. So next, I'm going to do this pip freeze right arrow requirements.text. So this right arrow requirements.text will essentially write all of this stuff into a text file called requirements.text. So if I run this, nothing will happen here, but notice that here I have a new file requirements.text, and all of this stuff is inside requirements.text. So once again, this is not limited to the name requirements.text, and I can do the same for requirements2.text, requirements3.text, or any other text file. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you have learned at least one new thing about pip today. See you in the next one.